Hello everyone. So in this lecture of COA we are going to learn about data transfer and manipulation instruction. So basically the instructions are divided into three parts in a computer, right? So first we can say that is a data transfer instruction. Then next comes data manipulation instruction. And the third one is program control instruction. So if we talk about the data transfer instruction first, right? So data transfer instructions are nothing but those kind of instruction where we need to move data from one place to another place without changing the data content, right? So suppose like this is my one place, like this is source and this is destination, right? So suppose I have stored the value 30 over here. So data transfer is a kind of instruction where I can transfer this data from source to destination without altering it. That means as it is, I need to store the data. Only I can transfer the location. So from one location to another locations, we can transfer it, right? Then next comes data manipulation instruction. That means data manipulation instruction, that means we are manipulating the data, right? So in that we can have, like this is the first one's example. Here we can have, suppose we do arithmetic operations, right? Add, subtract, multiply, right, divide, any arithmetic operation, right? We can even have the logical operation, we can even have the shift operation, right? That means somewhere we change the content of the data, right? And we are changing the content. Here there is no change in content. And this data manipulation, there is a change in content, right? So those kind of instruction comes under data manipulation instruction. Then the third one is program control instruction. That means that provide decision making capabilities, right? We need to have some decision, right? So that decision making capabilities are under the program control instruction, and it will like change the path. Suppose like we have a if else, right? If else, so if this condition is true, then we need to follow these instructions, right? If the condition is false, that means other than that we need to go for the else part, right? And else part is not a sequential one, that is stored somewhere else, right? So based on this decision, suppose we have a set of instruction, right? This is set A instruction and this is like set B instruction. Now this starts with some address, let us say 1024, and this is start with something 2041, right? So there is a decision making that if this is true, then set A needs to be performed or set B needs to be performed. So based on that the location is changing, right? So we are changing the path. So it is ultimately controlling instructions, and that is the reason only that it is known as like program control instructions, right? So this is like basic things, right? That what is data transfer instruction, what is data manipulation instruction, and what is program control instruction. Now which are the data transfer instruction we have? So we'll just quickly go through this. So as you are aware of the typical data transfer operation, right? You are aware of, I think, that is like load, right? Now mnemonics are LD, right? Then we have store, that is ST, it depends on the processor. Then we have move, that's MOV, right? Then we have exchange. It's similar to swap, right? Exchange is nothing but swapping, right? Then we have input, that is in. Then we have output, that is out. Then we have two stack operation, that is push and pop, right? So this is like typical. It depends on like whether you are working with which kind of architecture, right? Processor. It depends on that which other instruction comes under that. But these are the typical data transfer instruction, right? These are data transfer instruction, and I think you know each and every instruction. Then also I'll quickly give you an idea. Load means what? We are getting the data from the memory, right, to the accumulator, right? So load is from memory to accumulator. So we are transferring the data from the memory to accumulator, right? Then next is store. Store is a reverse out there. We are storing the data from the accumulator to memory, right? Now next is move. Move means what? We are transferring the data from source to destination. It can be anything, right? From memory to another memory location, from one memory location to another memory location, or from one memory location to register, or from between the registers, right? From one register to another register, right? Then we have exchange. Exchange means swap, right? So it will have like suppose R1 is having some data 20 and R2 is having data 30, and if we do exchange, then R1 will get this 30 data and R2 will get this 20 data, right? That's the exchange. Then we have input instruction, that is IN, right? We get the input data. Then from the terminal, right, if you want to go for output, right, so that is input and output. We can give the output, we can take the input, right? Then we have a stack operation, push and pop instruction, right? So it is like between the processor register and memory stack. These instruction are like, it works with memory stack, right? And it stores the data between this, like it will push the data to the stack, and it will pop it from the stack, and it will store it in a register, right? So these are typical data transfer instruction. Now next let us quickly go towards the manipulation instruction. So if we talk about the manipulation instruction, again, in that we can divide it into three instruction, right? First is arithmetic instruction. Then we have logical instruction, and the last, that is shift operations or a shift instructions, right? So this three kind of instruction we can consider, right? If we go for arithmetic instruction, so you might be aware of that arithmetic instruction. So we can have add, right? Then we can have subtract, then multiply, all the basic arithmetic operation, right? Multiply. Then we have divide, that's div, right? Then we have add with carry, so that is ADDC, right? Then we have subtract with borrow, so for that we have SUBB. Then we have increment, that INC. then we have decrement, that DEC, right? And then we have a 2's complement, that's negate operation, so we have NEG. So these are the basic arithmetic operation that we are having, and I don't think I need to explain this because you are aware of that: addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, add with carry, subtract with borrow, increment, decrement, and 2's complement, right? Then if we go towards the logical instructions, right, I'll write it over here. So logical instruction, that means we have like clear, that CLR, that will clear the accumulator, right? Then we have complement, that COM, it will complement the data available in the accumulator. Then AND operation, OR operation, exclusive OR operation, so that's a XOR. Then it will clear the carry, we are having the carry, right? That is in ESE, extended accumulator, right? So that's a CLRC, clear the carry. Then set carry, for that we have SCTC, right? Then if we know, we need to complement the carry, right? So that's a COMC, right? Then if we need to enable the interrupt, so that's EI. And if we are enabling it, so for disabling it we have DI, right? So these are the logical instructions that we are having, right? Then after the logical instruction we have the shift instruction, right? So shift instruction, so if we go for the shift of instructions, so we have logical shift, then arithmetic shift, three types of shift. A normal shift, that is a rotation, right? Then logical shift, arithmetic shift, right? So logical shift, and that you have logical shift right and logical shift left, right? So for this you have SHR, for logical shift left you have SHL, right? Now next we have arithmetic shift, and that also you have right shift and left shift. For this you have SHRA, that is arithmetic, A stands for arithmetic, then SHLA, right? That is arithmetic shift left. Then we have rotate, so in that also we have rotate right and rotate left. So for rotate right we have ROR, and for rotate left we have ROL, right? Then we have rotate with carry, so rotate with carry, and that also we have right and left, so that is RORC and ROLC, right? So these are the instruction. It might be possible that you might get confused at what is like logical shift, what is arithmetic shift, what is a rotate, right? What is the difference between this, because you might be knowing only one rotations, right? So in this shift instruction we have this. I'll prepare one separate video for this shift instructions. In that I'll explain you the details, what is logical shift right, what is arithmetic shift right, what is the difference between that, and what is rotate and what is rotate with carry, right? So these are the typical shift instructions, right? So this arithmetic logic shift, these instruction comes under data manipulation instructions, right? Now next, the last one, we have the program control instructions, right? So if we talk about the program control instruction, as I told you that program control instruction, those are the instruction where decision making takes place, right? And based on that we need to go for a particular path, right? That means all the branching instructions where we need to change the branching instruction, this comes under this, right? So the program control typical instructions are branch, that is BR, then jump, then we have a skip as well, because we are skipping for something, right? One instruction we are skipping, so we are changing the path, ultimately we are changing the path, right? Then if we need to call something, right, so that call, after a call, it may be subroutine call or anything, after a call we need to return, right? So that also comes under this, right? Because ultimately, see, you need to keep in mind that whatever instruction in which you need to change the path, right? Instruction execution path you need to change, you are not changing the data. If you are changing the data, that means it comes under data manipulation instruction. If you are changing the location, that means it's a data transfer instruction, right? But here you are changing the execution path, the value of the program counter. So wherever the program counter's value gets changed, that means it comes under program control instructions, right? And then you have like this return call, okay, then compare, because like after compare also you go for skip, and also like based on that, right? So these all instructions are your program control instruction, right? So yeah, that's it. So in this lecture what we learned, basically three kinds of instructions, right? Data transfer instructions, data manipulation instruction, and program control instruction. If I summarize quickly, data transfer, where we are not altering the data, we are not altering the content, but we are moving it from one location to another location, transferring that data from one location to another without changing its value, right? So that's a data transfer instruction. Then it comes data manipulation instruction, where we operate the content, we operate the data, right? So there we can have arithmetic instructions, then logical instructions, then shift instruction, where my content gets changed, right? And then last we have a program control instruction, where we are changing the execution path, right, based on some conditions, or like based on some scenario, right? So those are the program control instruction. So that's all about it. I hope there is no difficulty in understanding this. Thank you very much.